Yay. Yay. We are selling real estate even in this roughly challenging market. NovaLea, are people still selling homes every week? We did 150 last month. Not a bad month. Oh my heck. That's good. All right. Really quick, we have Jason Abrams, the famous Jason Abrams, who has now made the C-suite. So he's what is it? Vice President of Head of Industry. Thank you. Industry and Learning at KW. Amazing guy. NovaLea said that today is the last day you can register for it. It is Monday. It is worth it's worth the $35 if you go to that 3 hours, 9 to noon. Super worth going to, guys. How long we've been trying to get him? 4 or 5 years? 5 years to come in, but he's flying in, so we will have him live at Salt Lake Community College. Absolutely worth your time. All right, Breakthrough 120. Cameron, are you here? That starts, is that a week from Monday? Yeah, April 20th. Okay, so a week from Monday, 2 weeks from yesterday. Our numbers are light because I know that it's spring break, but that's only for people with kids, right? The adults don't get spring break. Okay, moms and dads might have to take spring break. My boss is going to force me to take some days. Anyway, but get started April 20th. It's 5 days. It's a boot camp for 1 week. Absolutely worth it. And then Formula for a Successful Life. Be Do Have. Whose is this?
All right. Thanks. This is just a mental model. You know, Gary Keller talks a lot about how your belief systems actually have a huge impact on the results that you get in life. And this is one that I've found to be a successful model for me to have as kind of a guiding principle. And I'm going to just read something very simple to you. And I would love for you to lock this in, especially on the conversation of Bold that's coming up, which is a business boot camp. It's a 6-week boot camp to help you elevate your business. It's 1 day a week, half day, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. But it's really geared towards helping you to level up your business and your life. And here's this principle in a little bit more detail. So be, do, have, give. If you don't be, you can't do. And if you can't do, you can't be, or you can't have. If you don't have, it's hard to give. You want to be a little, do a little. If you do a little, you'll have a little. But if you be a lot, you'll do a lot. And if you have a lot, you'll be able to give a lot. And so ultimately, it's about how do we actually be the future version or business owner that we need to be to have the success and the big life that we want to have. I know Jason Abrams is going to talk about this, but your big life, essentially the results that you want, financial freedom, the relationships, all of those things are impacted by the quality of your business. Right? These two things go hand in hand, where the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your business. When your business is humming and you have consistency, there's a sense of peace and calm within your business. And when you feel like you're on this roller coaster, right? Not just some of you might be closing a lot of transactions, but you feel like you're juggling time, right? Because you don't have the right systems in place. And so my one encouragement, if you go to the next slide, is to be in the room for Bold. Next week, we have an awesome panel. You can actually go to the next one. Cam's going to be leading this, but we will have Russell with us. I'm going to pass this around. We've already got 31 agents in our office, which is awesome, who have registered for the full 6-week program. So it's going to be high energy. We'll probably have about 60 to 70 people in here every week. We are teaming up with South Valley, so these are just agents in our office, but I know they've got agents that are coming into this as well. There will be a lot of competition as well, so it'll be fun to compete against other agents in our office in a healthy way, but we will be flying Dennis Russell in every week for 6 weeks. We are going to skip May 6th. You'll see on this sheet the outline or the schedule for this. We've ran out of space on this front page, so you can just flip it around. If you plan to join us, you can go ahead and write your name on here and we'll get you registered. But I highly encourage, this is the one thing that will change the trajectory of your business for the next 6 months. So highly recommend that you be in the room. So Thanks, Dean.
Not just for the next 6 months, but I promise it'll change your career. It really makes that much of a difference. Okay. Written by Gary Keller. If you guys want us to go ahead and sign up online, you can do it there or sign up on the sheet there and Shoni will follow up.
Yeah, one last thing. We actually have 4 agents that are going to be on our panel next week during team meeting, 4 rockstar agents in the office. You want to hear their stories. One of them, Rich Cope, we were just looking at his production. He went through it 2021. It was November 2021 that he went through Bold. He did 6 units that year. The next year he did 14 units, doubled his business, and then continued to increase from there. And I know there's quite a few agents in this office where their pivotal moment was going through Bold. So highly recommend you put that on your radar.
Thank you. Okay. KW Cares. I don't see you guys hiding here. Anyway, working to prove it. Just fun things going on.
I'll take this for Tana.
Go ahead.
It's very different in our ecosystem where we take agents' feedback seriously and we look at how can we improve the office experience. So this is just a survey. Tell us how you really feel. This is something where we want to hear what you guys would like us to do to just improve the overall experience at KW Westfield. So you'll see this in an email, but also you can scan, and Tana's collecting that feedback to let us know how we can help you grow.
Yeah, please do not put your social security number on this one. I'm kidding, but don't. Okay. KW Cares. We'll do it next time, but we're getting ramped up for Red Day. That's in May. And so you should be seeing things coming out to post in social media as we work on what is the food initiative? What is it called again? For the kids? For the kids. So anyway, look for that fun stuff. And these are some of the visuals that have already been texted out or emailed out, and they've shown up on WhatsApp. Okay, mortgage moment. Taylor's in the house.
All right, I'm just curious, who here, Shoni's talked a lot about this, who here feels like they're effectively using AI on a daily basis in your business, more so than just like a Google search function, just a handful, maybe. So Shoni's talked a lot about AI and I've learned a lot from him, but I've talked to a couple of people, not necessarily in the real estate industry recently, but insurance, financial advisors. I've got some tech salespeople. I'm putting together an AI night a week from yesterday. So Monday at 6:30 p.m. in Draper. I'm doing a round table it was only going to be about 6 or 7 people, but it's turned into I've got 20 people right now that are coming in. Only a handful of those are agents. I really just feel like AI is such a great tool that we can use across different industries. And I want to see, Shoni talks about a lot of cool stuff that we can do with AI, and I talk to a lot of people, but I want to see it in action. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a round table. We're going to share a tool or something that we use on a daily basis and share it up on the screen just so that we can all learn from each other in what we do. Like, for example, I use Otter for all my loan consultations, all my Zoom calls, everything. And then I use ChatGPT to provide a CRM summary, follow-up email on every single one of my loan consultations. And it's amazing. It keeps me organized and it's awesome. So 6:30 in Draper. If you want the information, I don't know if did we get the image? No, not really. There it is. So office in Draper, 6:30. We're doing dinner. And like I said, there's going to be a bunch of people. We've got about 6 or 7 presenters so far. If you have something that you really love and feel like you should share, let me know. But please let me know if you're planning on being there, because again, I was only planning on about 8 people for food, and it's turned into a lot more than that. So let me know if you're interested so I can plan for food. But Monday at 6:30. And I can get you, I mean, the address is up there, but I can get you this snapshot if you're interested. So you tell me. I'm not being very organized on this one. I'm not doing a good job, but just tell me. I've got a list written down. Like I said, it was only going to be a couple of people, but let me know. Come talk to me. I'll be here for lunch and stuff. So
All right.
Thanks,
Give
guys.
it up for Taylor. Thank you. Okay, Elite Water Restoration. Come on up, guys.
I'm good friends with Cam, grew up with him. So is there two of these? Am I speaking? I might just speak loud enough if you can hear me. Okay, I can talk into the mic then. Well, good friends with Cam. He invited us out. He knows what we do, and he's like, "Hey, you got to come present here." So, we're grateful to be here. Hopefully, we present something that can help you guys out. I feel like we've helped a lot of agents in the past. It's kind of been a trend recently that when people's houses go under contract, something bad has to happen. So, fingers crossed that doesn't happen to you guys. But if it does, we want to make sure you guys have the resources to get it taken care of. Keep your contracts. I mean, keep your deals going through. Yeah, we'll get into it. And we don't want to take up too much of your time. We'll keep it short.
We're going to keep this short, guys. We've got lunch coming as well, as you guys know. So keep it short and simple. Maybe a little quick Q&A at the end. But we are Elite Water Restoration. We are a local restoration company. We're actually just right down the road on Geneva Road in Linden. If you guys have seen that bike shop, Fazari, which is now Ari, our office is just right next to that. So we're really our neighbors. Locally owned. So let's see, did that go through? So this is our team of in-house people. We got our office crew there and everything, and some of our technicians.
But yeah, going into it. I mean, you guys know what we do. Restoration company, water damage, mold remediation, fire and smoke. We are also our licensed general contractor, so we put everything back together. So roof leaks, sewer backups, pipe freezes. We kind of seen it all.
Yeah. Our biggest thing, guys, and probably what makes us different is we want to be our biggest priority is making the customer experience great, and with our referral partners as well. So we do a lot with real estate agents. We love working with you guys. It's usually a tight time frame. We do a lot with both the selling side and the buying side. A lot of what we do with the real estate agents is mold related, because I know nowadays most property managers are testing for mold. And so we get a lot of high tests, and it can scare a buyer. It can, and so if you have the resources, and we're happy to come in, work quickly, get pricing quickly, do inspections, we can help out. And so some of our reviews there, again, we're not trying to be the next huge company. Our biggest thing is just helping, real estate agents around here and helping do a really good job for a good price. So here's some of the things we've done. We snapshot a few pictures from this past, 6 months or a year. We do commercial. So if there are any commercial agents in there, have relationships with commercial property management. The one on the left is actually the Crumble building just off the freeway here in Pleasant Grove that flooded a couple months ago. So we were in doing that one. The one on the right, this was actually someone that just closed. It was the night they closed on their dream property they'd been saving up for years. And a fitting on a line busted, and the entire night it flooded. So they had a couple inches of water in the basement. Their entire main floor just had tons of water. So pretty unfortunate situation, but within 3 months, we were able to document everything, go back to the builder, got it all put back together. We helped them through the whole process, and it was back to perfect within 4 months. So after a short delay, relatively.
Yeah, licensed. We all our guys are licensed. So when we're out there, we're very professional. This is a containment. So when we're, ripping things apart, we're not putting dust, mold spores through the rest of the house. We want to come across as the people who know what they're doing, represent you guys well. This is pretty common, I would say. Can anyone tell what this is from just by looking at the picture? The indicator is that little hole on the ceiling. We see a lot of those this time of year. Is frozen hose bibs. Someone forgot to disconnect a hose or used a hose too early. Bib froze. Once they used it the second time, basements flood. We see a lot of those this time of year.
Yeah. This is another fun one. I kind of threw this on there just so you guys can see what we have to deal with sometimes. This is more of a hoarder situation. They had a sewer backup, and through the whole basement. So this was a really, really fun one. We full PPE, masks, everything on this one. So
Yeah.
hey, actually, that was his name. Oh. Foundation cracks, really common in older homes with settling. This is one we did have to excavate from the outside. There are a lot of tools we now have that we can do in-house to fix little foundation cracks from the inside, to save a lot of money, but that's one that we did. And then we also have a lot of, we try and stay in the, forefront of technology and restoration to saving a lot of floors, saving a lot of high-end materials. We do deal in, with a lot of hardwood floors, a lot of, higher end homes. And so this was kind of a tenting system we did, and we saved their wood floor, which probably would have added, $20,000-$30,000 to this job. We were able to save that with some creativity there.
Mold, kind of everyone's seen this. No one likes to see it. I would say this is most common what you guys are going to run into. But the biggest thing is we're going to get it taken care of. We're going to put it back together. And the biggest goal is that you can't tell that we were in there once we're done. Drywall obviously is a material that has to be removed. Having good guys that can put it back so you don't see seams, you don't see a difference in texture, in paint, and anything like that is a big deal when it comes to trying to sell a home.
Both those are jobs we did with realtors, from different property inspectors that came out. Here's some more pictures. How many of you guys have dealt with mold being an issue on a job, whether you're buying or selling a home, scared the buyer, made the seller feel like it's going to fall through? Truly, I mean this. We want to be the guys that you guys can call when you've got a buyer that's freaking out or a seller that's freaking out saying, oh my gosh, this deal is going to fall through. We've got a deadline in 3 days. We want to be able to come in. We're certified. We have everything. We do these big jobs, but we do not use scare tactics. We don't blow things out of proportion. We get in, we can explain exactly and clearly what it's going to be, get it done in a timely manner and for a good price. We're not a franchise. There's no crazy overhead fees. Truly, we can beat anyone's price. We feel confident of that. There are obviously handyman guys that'll get in and do it without the proper protocol, but then you're dealing with more issues. So we're going to do it right, and we're going to do it for a good price. It's an attic job. That's some of our guys with their PPE on.
More mold.
Some more.
We do testing as well. So I'm sure you guys have gotten tests on your property that come back hot. We offer testing. It's something we don't make money on. We usually beat people's pricing. The biggest reason we do testing is if it does come back hot, we want to be the company you guys use. So
that one on the left actually is like a block east of us, a house, and it's hard to tell, but it's got like pinks and purple. It's kind of a fun one. Snapped the picture on my phone when we were doing it. This one we'll just touch on. We do also do a lot of fire claims. When I say a lot, I mean 1 or 2 a quarter. Smoke damage, fire. It doesn't always mean the house fully burned down, though we can handle those ones. But even just a small fire, it'll get those carcinogens through the house. It's important to take care of those properly. So if you guys, even if it's not in a transaction, but you have someone call and say, hey, what do I do? Remind me of who my insurance is. Do I have fire coverage? Do I have smoke coverage? That would be a perfect opportunity to say, hey, give these guys a call. They're right down the road. They'll come. They'll do a free inspection. They'll take a look at it. And 90% of my day is just dealing with insurance agents. So I know kind of the different policies. I know what's covered, what's not. I can help walk through that process. And hopefully in a lot of instances, we can even avoid insurance and just get them a good enough price that we can get it done quickly outside of insurance. So though that's probably less common with the fire. Some other jobs we were on, fire. We'll just keep rolling. Here's just some before and afters. So this was a water job. Someone that called us out. It did end up going through insurance because there was enough damage upstairs and downstairs, but that's the same kitchen about 2.5 months later. And we did that with insurance's budget. There was actually nothing out of pocket on that job. So.
Steam shower.
Yeah, steam shower we did just recently. Kind of a fun one out in Stansbury Park. So here's our tagline: when disaster has you beat, call Elite. We'll help you land on your feet. That's our thing. So a couple questions, and then we will wrap up. But let's see. I've got some gift cards we can give away. So let's just call it out. What's the number one mistake homeowners make when they find a new flood? These are all good ones. Keep going. I haven't heard it. I like the cry one. I mean, that should be the answer. I didn't want to be that conceited. What else? Call 911. Oh, these are all perfect answers. I'm like asking for a specific answer, but that's good. It's very good. I'm going to give it to whoever said crying because I loved that answer. Waiting is what I was going to say. Waiting's, it's the biggest thing. We get in even a couple days after it happened, and immediately went from a very simple, straightforward thing to now insurance is going to try and deny it. There's mold. There's a lot more out-of-pocket stuff. This goes for mold too. Trying to do it themselves was a great answer of like, get in, oh, I'm just going to try and take care of this mold. Now it was a small mold issue, contaminated through the whole house, right? So again, give us a call. They were all great answers, but who said crying? I loved that one. Okay, we got Starbucks, Visa, AMC, or Chipotle. They're all $25. Okay, that's a smart answer. All right. I think we've got one more question and then. What percentage of home insurance claims are water related? I should have been smart. I'm not a teacher. I shouldn't be looking for exact answers. In between 40 and 65. 50. Nice. Sweet. That's would have been my choice. Cam, do you have the little things we brought in, or do you bring them up here?
Oh, they're back there.
Yeah, hold up that thing we have back there. This will be the last question. What are those, and what's the common we talked about in our thing? Nice. Who said Viv? You were very quick too. But I'm going to give lady choice first.
Go to him.
Did you want the Starbucks? Perfect. Of course. Okay, thank you guys. Again, we've got food coming, and then we'll drop some cards, but Elite Water Restoration, we're on Google. We're right down the road. If you look up water restoration on Google, we're probably the first one to come up. Anyone that calls in and mentions this, we're doing fully free inspections. So 100% free. Either Mitch or I will be the ones that can go out, or one of our guys. 100% free. So. Most of our time in Utah County, Salt Lake County, but we're going to Moroni later today. Yep.
Okay. Jakaya, where are you? All right. Tell us about this. He just got this on. It's active no-show.
If you refresh it, pictures are up, but it's home in Orem, Rambler. There we go. Sellers are actively cleaning out the home right now. It's 2 stories. Has a separate entrance in the basement. Good investment opportunity with a walkout. And yeah, bring your buyers, bring your investors, bring someone that wants to have a home right between UVU and BYU that has 5 bedrooms. 569, we're
569, but they'll take $10. All right. Okay, first up on the list. Go right there. We are. We have some dirt. Clay Winder. Keep on moving. More clay. Yep, $100,000 lots in Indianola. Okay. Bird's Eye, 195. Clay has dirt. If you have buyers looking for dirt outside of Utah Valley, Clay's your guy. Keep going. Okay, Christine. I don't think she saw her today. Okay, Barbara Boss. All right.
Wait, that's not it. They click something else. Right there. Okay, so beautiful little townhome in Payson. It was my first closing ever 2 years ago, so very close to my heart. Sweet gentleman that lives there, he pretty much has not really moved in. The home has not been used. It's in great condition. We updated the shower, and there's newer carpet and new blinds as well. He is ready to close and move out as soon as possible.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Charlene.
Hello, everyone. I'm new here. And I have Misty, my partner. I'm in transition, so this is listed through Misty Biggs, my partner, who couldn't be here today. But this is a cute little cottage up in Ogden. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, listed for $399,999. So she's anxious to sell and move on with her life. It's key boxed and ready for you to take a look. We need a little bit of a notice. She has pets that she needs to take for a walk.
Okay, Chicaya again.
All right, this is in the Gables in Saratoga Springs. It's currently rented, but the renters are vacating. So bring your buyers. It shows very well. It's right close to everything. So Costco, Walmart, all the shopping within 1 minute or walking distance. You can just push your cart from Walmart home and then unload your groceries. It currently has been being rented for $2,025 a month. So if you have clients looking for an investment property, that's what this has been for my sellers. So it should pan out pretty well. If someone does want it as an investment property, they could probably raise the rate and still be competitive. Bring your buyers. It's ready to go.
Okay, Crosby. Nope. Becca Summers. Courtney and Ben. And Amy Erdman, red sign. Nope. Hammond, didn't see him. We're getting into houses. Cody Feldberg. Another Crosby. Becca. DK. And Chris Mangle. And Cam and Hyatt again. These people are working. Christine, got another one. Try multi. Okay, there we are, Charlene. Thank you.
Oh, thanks so much. Hi, again, this is a really nice 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath in West Point. I work primarily with veterans, and this is a veteran who's being sent to North Dakota at the end of May. So we're ready to get a buyer for this home. They've lived there for 3 years, and it's only about 20 minutes to Hill Air Force Base. So if you have buyers in that area, it'll be a great buy. It's in a great neighborhood, and they've done a lot to update it. Look at that storage. Go back. Look at that storage for their canned goods. Anyway, we're anxious to get some buyers in there to look, and we just put it on the market.
Great. And is that an assumable VA?
All VAs are assumable. That's a difficult process.
Sure.
So if you
Okay.
have a veteran, they would have to use Veterans United, which is the lender on this, for their assumum. Probably VA loans are 100%. So
What's the price of the house?
the price is 607, and they purchased it for 5 something, 520 or something like that. So there's quite a bit left on it.
All right. Keep on. Clay Winder, Dan Kennedy, Jessica Williams, didn't see her. Okay, Amy Kendall, cute house. Adrian Fryer, another Becca. It was a good week. Jeremy Congdon, some commercial. Mike Gooch and Jake, I'm sorry. All right, another one, Charlene, right here.
Thank you. So this is in the west, up in Heber Valley. This is a Red Ledges gated community home. It's in the PUD, considered one of the cottages, if you're familiar with Red Ledges. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath for $1,549,000. It's in excellent condition. The cellars are neat nicks, you can tell. And so anyway, we do have to be present for the showing, so contact me or Misty, my partner. I will be added to this listing eventually.
We are waiting for Charlene's license to come over. She was the branch broker for KW Park City, Heber Valley branch. And so it's a process to move someone who's done that. I can't wait till I move. It's going to take a long time. Okay, Brian McKinnon. And is that it? Okay, folks. Great day. Thank you so much. And what's up? Should have been. What's your price point?
So let's find it.
Well, let's find it.
Do the MLS.
Oh, wait, click multi-unit. Let's go back. Multi-unit.
Wait.
Refresh. Yeah, we're not doing 15,000.
Just search Jordana or look up the MLS number. Just do Jordana right there.
Doo-doo-doo.
Okay, this is a fourplex in Bountiful. 850. There's 3 2-beds, 1-bath units, and then 1-bed, 1-bath. They're all fully occupied. 2 of the units have month-to-month leases, and 1 unit is up on December 31st, and the other unit is up on January 13th, 2027. But it's on like a nice little cul-de-sac, super great area of Bountiful, and we'd really like for this one to go quick. So if you have a buyer, let me know.
Just at
850.
850. All right. Very good. Did we miss anybody else? Okay, we want to jump ahead to NovaLea. So let's go ahead and move forward. Yep. So here's my broker moment. Do something you haven't done in a while. So go attend a performance, something classical, something modern. Visit a museum. Cook or bake something new. Do something different. All I'm trying is get out of your comfort zones. Host a dinner party, minimum 6 people. Road trip, 200, it has to be 2 hours. Volunteer, do something. We're working on that, okay? Create some art. I'm not doing that. Dance. Find someone, dance. Okay, get out in nature. Attend a service of some sort. Converse with a stranger. I know we do this a lot. Okay, learn something practical. Fishing's practical. See, it's not just wasting time, hun. All right. NovaLea Bettis, everybody, no need for introductions. I'd like to take an hour to do this, and I'm teasing.
I was already going to be short on time because I love this topic. So we're going to fly, and I'm going to skip most of my material and just get you into the mastermind, which was where I think the real value from this topic will be. But who can give me an example of when they received not just good service, but exceptional service? Exceptional service. Nobody's ever had exceptional service. Okay.
My name is Johan Mailav. I'm pretty new here, so
Welcome.
thank you very much. So I had a situation where I came to a hotel very early in the morning. We had been working all night, stepped inside, and the lady behind the desk looked at me and she said, "You look way too tired, but your room is not ready. So here's a room. Go and sleep. Come back later on. I check you into the right room." And this is 15 years ago. I still speak about it. It's pretty impressive, actually.
And so
Small thing for me,
that's
but
a great,
big thing for me, sir.
that's a great story. I love that. Tell me how that made you feel.
Less tired. No, so Well, first of all, I felt really cared for. I don't know if that is a
Okay.
feeling necessarily, but yeah, I felt really special because it was all about me. They didn't care about the cost for them or any sort of inconvenience for them or anything like that.
Awesome. Tell me, what actions have you taken based on that?
Oh, I signed a contract with them for several years with my team, my company. So I basically moved in 9 consultants in there for 6 years
Okay,
every week.
that's awesome.
I made a lot of money on it.
Okay, you also shared the story, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You shared your story. All right. Cool. Let's get another example. Amber.
Okay, so I was on vacation with my mom and my 2 aunties, and we were in Seattle, and I rented the car, and I was driving, and there was something in the road that literally popped 2 of our tires in the car, and 2 total flat tires in the middle of a busy area. They sent Enterprise Rent-A-Car, sent a driver with a car to come pick us up, and I asked him, "What do we owe you?" He's like, "Oh no, it's paid for," and I was like, "Okay," and then he took us back to the airport, got a new car. It was like we were just done. It was like 20 minutes, no big deal. But it could have been an all day, like we're sitting here waiting for a tow truck. It was just so easy. And I always rent with Enterprise now. Like no one else gets my business.
Awesome. Okay, so you also shared the story. You consistently use them, but tell me how that made you feel.
Well, in the moment, I was like, I have my mom, my 2 elderly aunts with me. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day. Like, this is going to be rough. And it just made it so simple and easy. And as it should be, like, it wasn't my fault that there was something there that we ran over and, but it was just the way it was. And they just took care of it. It was like, I kept waiting for a bill to come. Like, you owe us money and nothing ever came. Just so simple.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. All of those things that they did for both of you actually transitioned into more dollars for them down the road, right? So that's the whole point of what I want to talk about today. At Family Reunion, I went to a class by Will Guidara called Unreasonable Hospitality. He owns the #1 Michelin rated restaurant in New York. And he talked about how he got to that point and how much passion he has for that. And actually, he attributes a lot of that to a hot dog. And you would not associate a hot dog with the Michelin rated restaurant. I need a clicker. Down. So let's talk about that. He was running the restaurant one night, and he had a group of 4 guests at a table, and he was just walking around clearing tables, and he heard them say that they had accomplished everything on their bucket list for New York, with one exception, and they had missed getting a New York hot dog from a vendor on the street. So he hurried, he ran outside, he found a cart, he bought a couple of hot dogs, and then he took them into his chef and I'm sure the hardest part of the whole thing was convincing his chef that he needed to put that hot dog out. But he cut it up into pieces and he put it on a plate and he garnished it all up and he took it out to those people. And he served it. He said they told him that it was the highlight of their New York experience to have that. And it was $2 hot dog from a hot dog cart. So flawless technique wins respect, personal gestures win hearts, and lifelong loyalty. So from that point on, he decided that he was going to systematize that kind of service for patrons of his restaurant. So he even created a staff position, and that staff member's role, I would love this job, was to find out things that would create unreasonable moments for patrons of the restaurant and fulfill that. And in order to do that, it was everyone in the entire staff had to be responsible for that, right? Because you find out things at different points along the way. and everybody contributed to that. He says 95% of your budget needs to be really, really tight and strictly run, but you should set aside 5% for creating these kinds of unreasonable experiences for your clients. And he said that it will come back so much more to you than you could ever spend in goodwill, in future business. And most serious competitors offer excellent service. What separates the best from the truly extraordinary is how you make people feel. So on the left, we have service. It's black and white, it's technical, everybody's doing their job, and it's fine. You have a nice meal or a nice experience. But hospitality is color, and it's going above and beyond and doing something different that nobody else does. And you're creating an emotional connection with that person. He also told a story that at that kind of a restaurant, lots of people got engaged. And so they would offer free champagne, but he said every restaurant offers free champagne when people get married. So what he did was he went to Tiffany's and he said, he made a partnership with them. You give me 1,000 champagne goblets and in a Tiffany's box, that I'm going to give them those goblets when they get engaged in our restaurant. And so it promoted Tiffany's, right? So he didn't have to pay for them, but it also made the experience in the restaurant incredibly unique, because not only did they get the champagne, but they wrapped up the goblets afterward and gave them to the patrons as a gift. And I bet you that those people remembered that way more than they would have if they just got champagne, right? Making people feel great, creating an authentic human connection. Perfect service can still leave a client cold. Hospitality creates loyalty. How many agents use the same realtor from one transaction to the next? Okay, well, I think the stat was 12. It's incredibly low, right? Because it's 80%, it's the first realtor that walks in the door. So creating that loyalty is key in helping your business grow. So 95-5 rule, we talked about that. Spend foolishly on delight, create memorable moments, surprise and delight gestures, stories clients will retell for years. All of those things right there, when I put them over there, we agreed that that would lead to further financial benefit to all of us. He talked about his personal realtor. He said the first 1 or 2 closings that he had with the realtor, he got a nice gift basket. He thought, oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. But the next time he bought a home, he walked in the door of the house after closing, and he goes to the fridge and he opens the door, and it's fully stocked. And it's fully stocked with everything that he normally keeps in his fridge. And he asked the realtor, he said, how did you do that? He said every time that the realtor showed the home, he took a picture of everything, of what was in the fridge. And then at the end, when it was going to close, he sent his administrator to the store and said, buy all this stuff. So they bought the stuff, they stocked his fridge. So well, what do you think his reaction to that was compared to the gift basket? I love that. That's such a personal story. And you don't, after you're packing and moving, you do not want to have to go to the store and buy milk and bread and cheese and all of your condiments and everything. So what an amazing story. He said he tells that story all of the time. So he gets referrals for that agent, and he will never use another agent because of how that agent surprised and delighted. He uses that phrase a lot, to the point. As agents, all of us go through the same process when we buy or sell, but what we put into the process that's specific and unique to us just makes it that much closer. I leaned over, Randy was with me in the CEO Summit, and I told him he loves to paint, he loves art, he loves to paint. I'm like, dude, you need to start painting houses that people move into or have just bought or have just left. And give that to our clients, because what a powerful experience. In fact, let me read you another quote. There is nobility in what you do as a real estate agent. We help people find the place where they will raise their children, build their lives, and make their memories. That is not a transaction. It is an opportunity to be unreasonable in pursuit of how you make people feel. We went under contract last week, my son, and the people are downsizing and they're moving to St. George. They raised their family in that home. So I'm going to have Randy paint that for the sellers. They're not my client, but I'm going to have him give that painting to them because what memories I'm sure that house has for them. And they can reflect back on that by looking at that painting for years to come. And I hope they'll enjoy that. So we need to slow down, interrogate the entire process that we go through with a client and ask where we can give unreasonable gestures. So I wanted 20 minutes for mastermind. We're going to have half that. So this group right here, I want you to get together and mastermind from the time you get, so what is the life cycle of a client? I've seen Shoni explain this. Okay, so it's like, it goes like this, right? Because they're looking, they're buying, and then it falls off, right? Because they're not going to probably move for 5 to 7 years. And then they're down here as far as how interested they are in you. And then it goes over time, it goes back up again, right? So I want you guys to concentrate on what you can do to create unreasonable hospitality through the waiting process up through the first appointment. Okay, does that make sense? Up through the first appointment, how are you going to create unreasonable hospitality? What system can you put in that's just you do for everybody, but what could you do to make it incredibly unique so that those people never use anyone else? Just a minute, Rob. This one is from buying to the point of the close, buying or selling through closing. And then everybody on the back row is going to be over here, and they're going to be from the time that you close until you start showing interest again. Does that make sense? Cameron and I came up with those ideas with that division. I hope that makes sense. Rob? Okay. All right. Everybody got it? Get in a group, come up with an idea for an unreasonable service that you could do for your client. Unreasonable hospitality. Corby, can you go over here?